constant competition to Krasinski, and I'm gonna rub that in his face. He'll never forget that. I am more intimidating to Billie Eilish than he is. Um, Thanks for coming on the show. As you know, Hey There Human is about celebrating human beings, sharing a common connection. Um, I interview random people from all over the internet on the show, wherever they are. I've interviewed people in Poland and India and Brazil and everywhere. And I bring on guests to talk about this really difficult, crazy time. And I just want to ask how you're doing. And I know, Billie, that you've talked before about mental health stuff. You've talked about anxiety. It's something that you and I share. I went through a period of time when I had really crippling um, anxiety attacks, and I know you've talked about some of those before in the press. And just wondering how you're doing and what you're doing besides watching The Office, or we could talk about that in a little bit. What are you doing to survive and take care of yourself and stay grounded and connected during these difficult times?
Whew. Well, I just finished watching The Office for a 15th time two
Oh,
days ago.
William,
So
it's time to move on. It's time to
listen,
move on to another
no,
show. Really,
I
please.
I I have tried, okay? And I can't do anything
What,
about it.
what
Why
about like,
why I don't know. But yeah, this is the 15th time, and every time I hit that episode that says finale, I'm always like, God damn it. Oh, there's a puppy in here. Come up here, baby. But
who's up in there?
there's a puppy. This is my new puppy. Come up here.
Let me see the puppy.
Come up
Show
here.
us a puppy. By the way,
Oh,
you
wait,
dropped the phone under the couch.
wait,
Um,
wait,
by the way,
wait.
viewers, you literally dropped it under the couch. So now we know what underneath Billie Eilish's
Okay.
couch looks like.
Um.
Puppies and dogs are a great way to reduce anxiety and stress. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my. Part blue nose pit?
Yeah. Look at that face.
That's what I have. I have two blue nose pits.
Do you? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
What?
Now,
Can we have a dog play date?
yeah, absolutely. I wonder where my dogs are here. I'll bring them in if they're
Yeah,
around.
let me see. Let me see.
Hey, are there any dogs over here? Poe, are you over there? I think they're not here. I think they're in my wife's office right now.
What did you say your dog's name was? Ho?
Uh, Poe and
Oh.
Diamond. Now, was this one a rescue? What's the story? What's
Oh
your puppy's name?
yes. His name is Shark, and he
Hmm.
is yeah. It's funny. I totally skipped over your question, and I'm just gonna roll with
No,
it.
we'll go puppy first. That's more
The
important. And then coping through quarantine is second. So,
Well, I mean, it is part of it because the day that we got sent home from tour to start this whole um, being at home thing, that was the 14th of March, and that night I hit up Angel City Pits, which is a pit bull rescue place, and I was like, because they just gotten a new litter of a bunch of puppies that needed a bunch of fosters, and I was like, hi, can I help? And then the whole thing was huh? I was just gonna foster them, and then make sure that they got homes and whatever. And I got very attached to this baby, so I ended
oh,
up
baby
staying
shark.
connected.
So you were supposed to foster Shark and find Shark another home, but
I was.
you kept.
I did.
It's a boy. Is Shark a boy
It's
or
a
girl?
boy. He is 3 months old currently.
Oh my God, that's so
But
adorable. I
okay.
did the same thing. So that's another thing we have in common is my wife and I uh, fostered Diamond and then just fell in love with her so much. And she's been in our family now for 2 years. So
So cute.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to see
But those
when they come in the room. I want to see them.
they blue nose pits can be pretty intense. They can be aggressive. So careful.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah. A Poe is a sweetheart and will lick your face off, but if there's another dog that shows any aggression, Poe will leap for his neck. Will leap for, I mean, I'm not kidding, just leap for the jugular. So let's go to the previous topic.
Yeah, yeah.
What have you been thinking or looking at or working on uh, in quarantine to help with coping and surviving and thriving?
Um, I mean, I've just been kind of the first half of this actually was really nice for me, and I'm not trying to discredit anybody's agony for how hard it's been for some people, but
Hmm.
I got to be honest, the first half of this was like very freeing for me because I haven't really had time off at all in like 4 years. So, you know, it was nice and it was like raining. And so there wasn't anything weird going on. I don't know. It was very calming. And because I was fostering the puppies, I didn't really have time to think about the craziness that was going on.
Hmm.
It was a really good distraction. And I think distractions are a really, really big part of coping and getting through stuff. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, it was a big thing of like puppies and making cookies and stuff. And then
Puppies
I
and cookies.
puppies and cookies,
Good.
man. Um, but I think like a lot of people, for a lot of this, it's been very uninspiring to create, for me
Mm.
at least. And I've talked to people that agree with me on that, and it's just like I don't know. At least the beginning was just like I did not want to make a thing. I was not creative. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to make music. I didn't want to write anything.
Mm.
And luckily that kind of switched and I got to making some stuff and I made a bunch of stuff. I saw some fucking article that was like Billie Eilish wrote an entire song in its entirety during quarantine. And I was
I did?
like, way to make me look fucking stupid, the fuck? And I saw a million posts. It became like a whole meme that was like, yeah, and Kanye West made 3 beats per day for 2 summers or some shit. And I was like,
Mm.
listen, if I saw that headline, I would write the same thing. I would try to pwn it too. So anyway, it's been a mix of, trying to create and trying to take advantage of this time because as much as it's horrible, it's like kind of a once in a lifetime period of time right now. And you know, I don't know. It's also like, 2 days go by and I'm like happy and I'm doing my thing and I'm feeling good and then it's like, one night I'm like, oh, this is real. So
Mm. Mm. Mm.
what can you do?
Any tips for viewers or listeners on kind of dealing with the stress and anxiety and unsurety of this time?
Jeez. I mean, I wish I could say something more, but I think patience is really important right now.
Hmm.
And I think
Did you hear
self
my thing about the family virtues guide?
yes, I did.
You
I've
heard
been
my,
watching this live since you started it 18
oh,
minutes ago.
that's so sweet. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, and for those who are just tuning in, who are Billy fans, this is at Soul Pancake. It's a company I co-founded for inspiring, uplifting media. We make stuff that matters. It's a participant media company, and this is a show we've been doing every day during the quarantine called Hey There Human, connecting human beings. I interview random human beings from the internet. But patience, you were mentioning, is one of the virtues in here. Something we can cultivate and nurture, right?
For sure.
So is that kind of what you're saying is to nurture patience?
100%. And I also would say, you were talking about how you went through a phase of having really bad anxiety. It's
Yeah,
also
I
not that hard to stay home. Like, it's not that hard.
yeah, for anyone. Yeah, I drove by I my wife and I are moving in this summer and
Mm.
to run an errand and